Meet Mark Orsillo. He had this kind of passion and took great pride in his meticulously curated movie collection. However, when a wildfire decimated his collection, Mark and his sister turned the resulting moment of community outreach into a profound act of paying it forward.
So let's go to California right now and meet Danielle. Hey, Danielle, thanks for coming on the show.
Hey, Kevin, nice to meet you. Thank you so much for having us on the show.
Hey, you're welcome. Nice to meet you, too. Can you tell us a little bit about your brother, Mark?
Mark is one of the most remarkable human beings I've ever met in my life. He's one of 4 kids, and my older brother. My parents were always really honest with Mark about him having Down syndrome, and so when he became adult, my parents just kept that going. I mean, he's a lifelong learner. So my dad's a contractor. They built him his own little apartment that's attached to their house. Actually also works at a candy store.
We hear he's a pretty big deal in town, huh?
Mark is like Orville's mascot. I mean, everybody knows Mark.
So let's hop right into the story. It was 2017, if I'm not mistaken. Orville was caught in a major wildfire.
Yeah, so it was called the Wildfire. It was a wildfire here in Northern California. My parents and Mark live on one of the foothills that are the Sierra Nevadas. And so the fire came down the side of the hill. We saw it coming. It was like a 200-foot fire tornado. And they had to get out very fast. I think they had like 20 minutes notice to get out. I know my brother, so I went down to Mark's apartment. And I remember, this is hard for me, but I remember grabbing just one or 2 trash bags and putting some clothes in there, a couple yearbooks, and I think I grabbed 20 movies.
What happened after the evacuation?
So I live about 5 minutes from my parents. They live on at the top of a foothill, and I live at the bottom. So I actually was sitting on my roof, and I saw this huge explosion, and I knew it was their house because it was right where their house is located. And that was my childhood home. We'd lived there since I was 3 years old, and a lot of memories. It was a little bit of a difficult time.
Well, that must have been awful, seeing your home go up in a blink of an eye.
We actually had really good attitudes to the whole thing. My parents, Mark, they all were amazing during the whole thing. And I think that's a credit to the fact that my niece at that time was fighting leukemia. So in comparison to that, it wasn't really a big deal to lose the house compared to this little girl fighting for her life. So, yeah. So
Gunner's a huge movie buff, and this is what I really want to talk about, is Mark's movie collection.
So Mark's super well known in our community, and wherever he goes, people know who he is. He's well loved. I mean, he was raised in this community. He did sports, and it was like 400 movies, and I couldn't get 400 movies myself. So I thought there was a lot of people reaching out to my family about what they could do for Mark, what they could do for our family. So I just put a post out there, and that post got shared like 10,000 times.
I think we should get to know Mark.
And joining us alongside Danielle, dun dun dun, Mark Orsillo. Hey, buddy, how you doing?
Hi, Kevin. Nice to meet you.
We were just speaking to your sister Danielle. She had quite a lot to say about you.
Danielle's been on my side every year.
I've been by your side your whole life, huh?
Yes, you have.
We've been best friends.
Danielle. Oh, I'm sorry. I got a lot of best friends.
You have lots of best friends? I thought you only had one.
I do.
Me.
Well, you're a girl.
No kidding.
Mark, how long have you been a fan of movies?
A long, long time. I'm 37 years old.
So Mark used to get movies all the time when he was younger, and he'd open them up on Christmas. And what would you do when you get them on Christmas?
I is so happy.
Yeah. My favorite memory of you, though, growing up, is on Christmas morning, you would get 1 or 2 movies that were like what you were asking for, and you would freak out. What would you do when you got a movie that you wanted? Show them. You'd freak out, huh?
I freak out all the time.
Yeah, every Christmas.
Which movies are your favorites?
All the Christmas movies.
Yeah, because do I love Christmas?
The one I've been watching all my years.
You still have your Christmas lights up.
I do.
I know. So you watch Christmas movies all year long?
Uh-huh.
We love Christmas movies too.
Hey, Mark, let's go back to when the fire happened, buddy. How scary was that?
Did the sheriff have to come and tell you to leave your house?
I did. It was Danielle It was Jacob. They were up there helping us to evacuate.
To evacuate, yeah.
It was so hard. It was the wildfire. But now we have money to raise our new house and have a new pool now.
That pool's pretty cool.
I've been swimming a lot.
Mark, I would have hated to lose my Blu-rays and DVDs too. How many did you have that got lost in the fire?
400 movies.
But then you went off to youth camp, right? And while you were gone, Danielle organized the community to donate movies so that when you returned, this happened.
I can find it!
What is that? You can't see it.
Mark, are you excited?
No.
These are all your new videos. And Mark was at youth camp at the time and had no idea. His reaction was pure joy. It was pure, unfiltered joy. You know, sometimes as adults we like to filter our reactions and filter things. Mark never filters how he's feeling.
I'm all happy for all my movies. Because I've been happy all my life.
That's the best way to go through life.
And it didn't stop there. When Danielle posted the video, it went viral and more people sent you movies, right?
Yeah.
Yes, the movies kept coming and coming, and they just kept sending them in the mail, huh?
Yes.
Lots of packages.
It was like 400 billion movies.
Almost 400 billion. It was more like 14 to 15,000 movies.
That's right. That's right.
Close. But we got a lot of movies, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
What did we do with the extras?
We donated with other people too.
We gave them to other fire victims, huh?
Yeah, the people that lost their houses.
Yeah. But if all those people that were here, what would you want to say to them about sending your movies?
I say, I love them.
Man, that is a miracle. Mark received so many movies from people just out of the kindness of their hearts. But the best part of the story is Mark turns around and he donates them to other people. That
Act of kindness from so many people around the world just renewed my hope in humanity. I mean, people are good, and their love they poured out on me and my family and my brother especially, you know, this man who, you know, who's kind of had a difficult time sometimes. They just loved him, and they loved him through a really tough time. It just completely restored my hope for humanity, my view of people and their kindness. How did it make you feel your heart? How did it make your heart feel?
My heart feels good, actually. I love my life.
Thank you both so much for sharing your story.
Thank you very much.
No, they said thank you to you.
He said welcome too.
Okay.
Films are stories we can use to learn something new about ourselves and the world around us. Now, I can't imagine how difficult it must have been for Mark to lose all of those movies, but after receiving immense support, he was able to share his passion with the world, hopefully allowing people to experience films they would have otherwise missed out on.